Hello, good evening. How are you, my learners? How are you doing? It's Murad Sultan is with you again. I promise that, today or this evening, I will, give you a revision about the whole lecture that you studied, last week and this weekend. So, the title of our lesson is uh, Arithmetic Sequence, okay? Here, use the distributive property to solve the following problems. Remember to combine like terms. For example, here 4 plus 6 multiplied by n minus 1. Okay, we will make 4 plus 6n minus 6. It will be 6n minus 2. You can see that 3, 9, 27, 81, and so on. This is a number sequence. Okay, what would the fifth number be? Okay, this question is addressed to my learners. And also, what would the 10th number and what would the 73rd number? Okay, here I will let you remember that the nth term is is used to find any known number in a pattern. For example, what is the 50th number in this pattern? We have 2 is the first term, 5 is the second term, 8 is the third term, 11 is the fourth term, 14 the fifth term, and so on. Okay, here the question is, we will try to use the formula so that we can find the nth pattern, and here the n is equal to 50. Okay, here, do you really have time to figure this out, my learners? Okay, take a look, take a close look at this number sequence, at this arithmetic sequence, and you can see this is a linear sequence. Why? Because the sequence increases with the same amount. For example, 5 minus 2 is 3, 8 minus 5 is 3, 11 minus 8 is 3, and so on. Okay, so we can define what is a sequence. A sequence, my learners, is an ordered pair or is an ordered list of numbers. Each number in the sequence is called a term. When the sequence follows a pattern, the terms in the sequence are the output values of a function, of course, and the value of each number depends on the number's place in this list. By the nth term of a sequence, we mean an expression that will allow us to calculate the term that is in the nth positive position of the sequence. For example, consider the sequence 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, you can see that the nth term of my arithmetic sequence is equal to 2 times n. When n equal 1, 2 times 1 is 2. When n equal 2, so 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, and so on. Okay, the pattern here is easy to see, isn't it? We are adding 2 to the previous number. The first term is 2. What do you think about the second term? Is 4. Yes. The third term is 6. The fourth term is 8. The 10th term, and so on. Okay, the 10th term is 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. And the 19th term is 2 multiplied by 19 is 38, and so on. Okay, here we come to define or to give a new mathematical vocabulary, okay, which is in fact a keyword, okay, which is arithmetic sequence, when the value changes by a common number added or subtracted. Okay, the difference here is called the common difference. Common difference between parentheses, I will just label as small d. This is called the common difference. Okay, and we can say that there are two types of patterns. Okay, let's see the first one. When we use and we will see the equation, and arithmetic means you will find the nth term. When we use here, we use patterns, or we use a pattern is increasing or decreasing by adding or subtraction. Equation, for example, A is called the first term, D is called the common difference, multiplied by n minus 1. A here, my learners, is the first term in pattern. D is the difference between between two consecutive terms, and n is the position in the pattern you are trying to find. Then here we'll, let's say, be familiar with the arithmetic nth term rules. For example, here you can use a variable such as n to represent a number's position in a sequence. For example, means that n is the position in the sequence. N is equal 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the y is the value of the term, okay, or the nth term here. So for example, here 1, when n equal 1, the first pattern, we have 2, the first term is 2. When n equal 2, the second term is 4. When n equal 3, the third term is 6. 2 multiplied by 3. When n equal 4, so the fourth term is 4 multiplied by 2. Okay. Here, let's say, in other words, we can say that the nth term of a linear number sequence, a sequence means that a sequence that goes up or down by the same amount each time. If not, means that this sequence is non-linear sequence. But here, the arithmetic sequence is dealing with only linear sequences. Okay, then we can be found, let's say the nth term can be found by using the following mathematical formula. The nth term we label as T sub n is a plus, a is the first term, and d is the common difference, multiplied by n minus 1. Here a, my learners, is the first number in the number sequence. If in your sequence you got 2, for example 5, 8, so the first term is 2, means a is 2. And the common difference, or the difference between two consecutive terms, means, let's say 3, 5, or 2, 5, means 5 minus, for example, 2 is 3, 8 minus 5 is 3. This is called the common difference. Here D, my learners, is the yellow one, is called the common difference, what you are adding or taking from term to term. And then here, my learners, denotes or represents the number of the term you are trying to find it. Let's focus on this example, my learners. Okay, I'm looking for at least read the first instruction, and we will see which strategy you will use and which steps that you are going to write down. Okay, I will read the question. What expression can you write there to find the nth term in this pattern? Here you can see that we have a pattern. The first term is 1, the second term is 4, the third term is 9, the fourth term is 14, and the fifth term is 19. And your number sequence or your pattern will keep going on and on. Okay, here strategy, we will try to find the common difference. Into parentheses, we call it D. So in this, you need a step, means that you are going to make a table including, let's say, the numbers, okay, and including the term. For example, here, make a table showing the term and the number. Term is 1 and number is -1. Term is 2 and the number is 4. So 3 and 9, 4 and 14, 5 and 19, and so on. Okay, so here, my learners, we see step 2. Find how each number in each term changes. Each number increases by what? By 5. For example, the first number here, this is numbers are 1 2 3 4 and 5, and terms are -1 4 9 14 19. So let's see, from -1 to 4 we added what? 4 minus 1 gives 4 plus 1 gives 5. So you can say that, or you can see by, let's say, checking the third term minus the second term. It will be 9 minus 4 gives 5, 14 minus 9 gives 5, 19 minus 14 gives 5. So here we can at least fix the common difference. We can say that is 5, D is 5. Okay, then all 5 multiplied by what, my learners? 5 multiplied by 1 by n, sorry. So then, my learners, we have the same instruction of the questions. We move to step 3. Step 3 is very easy. Just try to write your arithmetic sequence in terms of n, a and d. A denotes what? Denotes the first term. D denotes the difference, or the common difference between two consecutive terms. And here the nth step, number 3 is dealing with the nth term formula, which is a plus dn minus 1. A is the first term, d is the common difference. Here in your let's say table that you constructed, showing the numbers and its corresponding terms, we can see that a is -1. Okay, just reverse term here down and reverse number there up. So -1 in the first term is a, and the difference between two consecutive numbers, for example 4 and -1 gives 4, minus 1 gives 5. So d is 5 and n is your nth term. Okay, so then we can say that the expression, or the solution, is 5n minus 6. Okay, represents how to find the nth term in this pattern. Now we have a question. Okay, find the nth term rule for each sequence. We have the first sequence. Term number 1 is 5, term number 2 is 8, 11, 14, 17. You can note there that the common difference is 3. Why? One student can ask, why exactly 3? Okay, I will explain. The first term, which is a, is 5. The second term is 8. The third term is 11. The fourth is 14. The fifth 17. Let's check from here. Second term minus the first one means 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay. 11 minus 8 is 3. Okay. 14 minus 11 is 3. 17 minus 14 is 3. You mean that your number sequence, or your arithmetic sequence, let's say, increases with the same amount. So it's a linear, in fact, a linear sequence. Okay. And here in the first column, in the first row, the first column, you just write number, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For the second table, the first term is 5, the second one is 6, the third term is 7. Just make subtraction. Subtract 5 from 6, you will get 1, which is your common difference. And the first term is 8. Just apply the formula to get let's say your nth term that you are going to look for. Here the third sequence, 2, 7, 12, 17, 22. 7 minus 2, 5, 12 minus 7, 5, 17 minus 12, 5, 22 minus 17 is 5. The common difference here is 5. The first term is 2. Just write this in terms of, write your number sequence or your nth term in terms of a, dn minus 1, and try to simplify and to write in terms of n. For example, a, I will just do the first one. The first term is a, the first term is 5, which is a, I will write here 5, plus the common difference is 3. 8 minus 5 is 3, I will just write there 3, multiplied by n minus 1. So yes, so it will be what we told 3 plus 5 plus 3 multiply n minus 1 gives 3n plus 2. This is your nth term, and you wrote it in terms of n, and that is that we are looking for, my learners. So we can say that find the common difference first, just to simplify your expression. This is the rule of your sequence. Here we have some examples. The first sequence, or the first arithmetic sequence, is linear y, simply because if we are going to look at the first term, which is 6, and the second term is 12, the third term is 18, the fourth term is 24. So the common difference, just make 12 minus 6, it will be 6. So I'll just write 6 plus 6 multiply n minus 1 gives 6n. 6 multiplied by 1 gives 6. 6 multiplied by 2 gives 12. 6 by 3, 18. 6 by 4, 24, and so on. Okay. For the second term, so the first example, the nth term is 6n. Let's see the second one. Here 24 is the first term. The second term is 21. You can see that your number sequence is decreasing. Let's check if it is with the same amount or different amount. So 21 minus 24 gives negative 3. 18 minus 21 gives negative 3. 15 minus 18 gives negative 3. So the common difference here is negative 3. I would just write, if you would like to write your nth term of your arithmetic sequence, just write as the following: nth term equal a plus n minus 1 all multiplied by d. So a is 24 plus common difference is negative 3 multiplied by n minus 1 gives negative 3n plus 21. Okay, this is, my learners, the nth term of the second sequence. For 3, it's very easy also. We will try to find the nth term expression. Okay, just you can see the negative 28 is the first term, and the common difference is negative 24 minus 28 gives 4. So it will be negative, the nth term, it will be equal as a plus dn minus 1, or a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. It will be negative 28 plus 4 multiplied by n minus 1 means that 4n minus 32. This is the nth term that you should check the answer. We told, let's say, 4n minus 30 minus 30 minus 32. This is the nth term. For the fourth one, we have the first term is 45, which is a. The common difference is 42 minus 40. 45 gives negative 3. So I'll just write my nth term as a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Then I will try to simplify and write it in terms of n. It will be what, my learners? It will be 45 plus negative 3 n minus 1. So it will be negative 3n plus 3 gives negative 3n plus 48. Okay. Then here we have another exercise. We have 4 arithmetic sequences. All the question is find the nth term, rule, and then the missing numbers. Okay, the missing numbers here: 25, the 25th term, the first term is 1, the second 7, 13, and so on. So the first term is 1. The common difference here, 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, you can, let's say, make 1 plus 6 multiplied by n minus 1. So it will be 1 plus 6n minus 6. So it will be 6n minus 5. This is the nth term. Then if you'd like to find 25th term, just, let's say, plug in your nth term equation or expression n equal 25. Okay, then for the second one we have 3, 6, 9, 12. You can see that your number sequence or arithmetic sequence is starting at 3 and keep going on and on. Okay, here the first term is 8, the second term is 6, the third term is 9, the fourth term is 12, and the question is find the 10th term. So you can see here 3 multiplied by 1 is 3, 6 multiplied by 3 by 2 is 6, 3 by 3 is, yes, 9, 3 by 4, yes, very good, 12. So 3 by 10 gives 30, or just use the formula, means that the first term is 3, then 6 minus 3 is 3, so you will just write your nth term in terms of n and d and a, then plug in a and d their values. We'll get the nth term is equal to 3 plus 3 multiplied by n minus 1. It will be 3 plus 3n minus 3. Collect like terms. I will just write 3n plus 3 minus 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So your nth term would be like, will be equal to 3 multiplied by n. And here n is now 10. So 3 by 10 is 30. And so on for the next, the third and the fifth and the fourth sequence. So thank you a lot, my learners. I just want to say that I'm with you always, and if you would like to ask questions or something like that, I am here always. Thank you for, let's say, listening.